Hi, welcome to the first episode of Suit Yourself.
It's difficult to say.
Yeah, it is. It's the first episode, so yeah, sorry for all the mistakes. But so this podcast will be mostly about menswear, Jordan. Yeah, but everything like also connected to menswear, passions, hobbies.
Yeah, I think the goal is to try to be laid back about it and to try to connect that to everyday life, because at the end of the day we're just two human beings.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
But we love menswear. So if you also like menswear, maybe not love, we're passionate about menswear.
Yeah.
So if you also are passionate about menswear, so it's a podcast for you. We are gonna talk about our other hobbies because we have, I think, bunch of it. But maybe it's the first thing first. Let us introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
You can be first, Jordan.
Okay, well, I am gonna try to keep it short, although I'm French and I tend to have a problem with this. But yeah, so I'm a French guy. I came here in Sweden like 4 years ago, and I'm coming from the cinema industry. So that's what brought me here.
That's how we met, actually.
Yeah. So,
but about that later.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a very long story, but yeah, basically. That's what brought me here, and now I'm getting closer to my also passion for menswear, and that's what also connected us. So,
how did it start even menswear?
Yeah, that's funny. So, I as an artist, I would say it's a bit difficult to pay the bills. You quickly notice when the rent is coming, and so then you try to remember what do you actually like in life, and what can actually be helpful to pay the rent. And I was thinking, okay, well, I've always had this knowledge about menswear, and I think that gives me some qualification. So I knocked on some doors, and some people were interested by my weird parkour, where I was coming from. And
Parkour?
Yeah, the cinema industry was a bit weird. This guy is coming from cinema, why does he want to come here in menswear? And I think that made me a bit interesting for people, so they listened to me. And I worked I spent 1 year working for a bespoke atelier, RW Bauer. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you told me about the story, how it started, that you became interested in menswear.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's always something. It's always coming from somewhere, and yeah, it's quite funny. I've been reflecting on it in the past years, and I realized, okay, why do you have this sense of aesthetic? Why do you actually like dressing up? Because it can feel a bit superficial, that's often what you hear from people.
For a lot of people it's unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly.
Because clothes need to be just functional.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's boring.
It's very boring, first of all, and also you find yourself having to justify yourself. Why especially as a man would you need to dress up? And I remember where it's coming from, and for me it's coming from childhood. Like most of the time things are coming from. And I remember clearly that for me, clothes as a kid were just something that you put together and you don't really think about it. It's almost your parents that dress you up. And what happened is that one day there was this mean girl, and she came to me and she was like, we were having an argument about something, and she told me, she pushed me away and she told me, but you are not even relevant. You are not even wearing brands.
Oh, jeez. You're not wearing brands.
Yeah, and I was like, because it was this trends in the late 90s.
Of course, teenagers need to show.
Exactly.
Like new money as well.
Exactly. And me, I didn't know about this. I was like, wow.
I also had somebody mean in ground school that told me that, but you have just this one outfit. And I actually had just one outfit because I like this outfit, and I had just a washing machine with a dryer as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, then
tumble dryer. So I had this one outfit. I thought that outfit was on point, so I wore it.
Yeah, but I think it's actually Very. I mean, it's this is exactly what people will criticize, that you tend to wear the same things, even if it's an iteration. So
like a
it's
cartoon character.
exactly. But I think that's actually very interesting. That all those guys, there's a lot a lot of people are talking about this kind of costume. You know, you don't have to waste your time thinking about what you're wearing. You know,
Yeah,
the
like
Steve Jobs thing,
millionaires.
you know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
they
And they're always wearing-
they just have one outfit.
Yeah, and I think, well, one way of taking it is then you don't waste time about it.
Yeah.
Another way of thinking about it is like you found your way to be yourself.
But it's also their like signature outfit. For me, like I was a personal trainer for almost a decade, and I didn't want to be a personal trainer, the one personal trainer that is like seen as a gym bro.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I even noticed how people react on me when I'm in sport clothes
Yeah.
and when I'm in, for example, like in a shirt.
Yeah.
Once I wanted to buy a car, and they just totally ignored me when I was after on a break between trainings. So I thought that, okay, I was active as a personal trainer on social media, so why not be maybe go into menswear, because I just started to like those Instagram profiles showing I think it was Mariano Di Vaio, actually, but like I don't follow him anymore because I don't like his style anymore. But then I thought that he looks cool and I can also look like that because I was a photo model, so
yeah,
I knew how to pose. So but the beginnings was hard.
But could you take the opportunity to introduce yourself also, where you're coming from?
How did you
get there?
Yeah, I'm Polish. We both live in Stockholm right now. I come from Warsaw, and I was a personal trainer for almost 10 years. Later I moved to Sweden. I started my journey with menswear in 2015 with my blog in Polish. Later on, I started also having a YouTube channel in Polish, even podcast. Now, I'm under the nickname Mr. Grono, and I also have my own brand that actually we met with Jordan, creating some kind of campaign, Scolare, with Western shirts, military French shirts. So if you're interested, if you want to like stick out from the crowd and have something special, check it out, scolare.com. Yeah, so right now I'm just an accountant, but menswear is something I'm passionate about because like sitting and just counting numbers I think it's just it's just too boring. But
you're a patient guy, generally speaking, in what you are doing. I can tell because I'm also a motorcycle driver, but I know that you're not only a motorcycle driver, you're also a plane driver.
A pilot. Yeah, we actually, I think that when the podcast will be out, you can even see me flying. Because we created something very very special for Scolare. I had some motorcycles in my life and some Vespas as well, because I like just something to drive with. So this is it. And why menswear? Because I just like to show my character through clothes. I think it's interesting how you can show who you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what happened when this girl, in my childhood told me this. Then I realized how much it is important for people and how much of an impact it has on people, the way you dress.
Yeah, because people judge you.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you say, I don't judge people, everyone does. It's just what we do automatically.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't really have the choice. How do you want to deal with someone? That's the first thing that you see.
Some people want to just show that they have money.
Yeah.
Through clothes and all those brands and stuff. But I think that I would like to show my style, who I am. And it doesn't need to be expensive, and we will gonna talk about that because right now it's a lot vintage stores on the market that you can even buy very like cheap, very beautiful clothes that somebody just wanna get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good ways nowadays to dress up very well, but also to dress up like yourself for cheap.
And we have also this idea that in every episode, we're going to ask ourselves what positive and negative happened last week. So you can start.
Okay, big question.
Start with negative, so we end with some positive.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Some negative. I'm usually a chill person, and I think that when you have some negativity coming from someone, you just need to get away a bit from it. And I was kind of brought back to some negative people that came from my past, people I collaborated with in the past, actually from the cinema industry. And actually, the negative comes with the positive, so it's a one-way story.
Tell us about it.
And so I had some problems with the producers. You know, it's like a very cliche a problem with the producer. But actually, I must say that in Sweden, people are way more respectful, especially in the cinema industry, than they would be in France.
I heard about French people. Never had any contact with French people that were rude.
There's a lot of stories, and most of them are true, I'm afraid. No, yeah.
And the positives?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So from this negativity that came from the past and this guy that I tried to forget about, I connected with another director that I worked with in the past. And I want to work with him again now and more in the future. And we reconnected, and we are in the same position in life nowadays, and we are trying to work on different things, but that now connects. And it was an opportunity to realize that what I decided to do in the past, my reaction to this negative person was just to get away from this person and just to let things happen by themselves. You know, if he is a negative person, people will know. I don't need to talk dirty about anyone, you know. And actually, he told me that, this person is getting less and less work because of his attitude, because the wrong attitude that he had towards me is the attitude that he is having towards a lot of people. Okay. And people start to notice, so it gathers us in a positive way, because we are getting rid of this negativity, you know, slowly but surely. So yeah, just maybe if there's one lesson to take from this, is that when there's something negative happening, you don't necessarily need to participate in that. Just get away from it, and it's going to turn negative one day or one way or another, yeah. I think.
For me, like, the negative stuff is just I have a lot of stuff to do preparing pop-up for Scolare.
Yeah.
And I was at IKEA yesterday. I couldn't find those cloth hangers, but I just ordered them. So I thought that I will have them to yesterday. I just ordered them online, so they will come on Saturday. So everything is fixed. And the positive stuff is that I think that everything is going well. I'm pretty excited before the Sunday's pop-up. It will be not the first event that I organized in my life, but I think one of the first event in Stockholm, and I would like to create those events. Yeah. Well, what do you think about creating, like, maybe not every month, but few times during a year, some menswear events in Stockholm? Because I see that those events are almost always commercial.
Yeah.
But why not just creating an event to freely talk about something?
It's very good point. I noticed that these kind of events are growing a bit everywhere, and in different places in the world, people are making this kind of events in their cities, and they are growing communities that are just genuine people.
Just build a community.
Exactly.
Not just advertise your brand.
No, exactly. Just genuine people enjoying same passion for menswear in this case, and just getting to meet each other and know each other.
Just before, just to finish this part of the podcast, when I was about to move from Warsaw to Sweden, I organized Christmas event.
Oh.
It was I thought that it will just my friends will come, but a lot of random people came. Yeah. It was about 30 persons. And everyone, I just organized it because most of those events are like, okay, who is this guy? How to even start the conversation? So, okay, everybody had their chance to introduce themselves, to tell some things about hobbies. And it was cool because they had the similar hobbies. So they had something in common.
Yeah, that's really what we need, because I think we forgot a bit that passion is about sharing, you know. and it's about sharing with people that are also passionate, and people that are passionate about something are just passionating, generally speaking, so they add to your life,
Yeah, but they need to start sometimes. And for example, I see that on events in Sweden, people just keep themselves in closed groups. They are not going out. They're not even trying to meet somebody else. So I would like to organize something. I don't have the place. Maybe somebody that you guys listeners know would like to share their their store, or like a spot that we could organize something. I have some ideas. Okay, but the core of the podcast, I would like to talk about Black Friday. What do you think, Jordan? How much is enough to get a discount on Black Friday? 70%?
Exactly.
Or just 10, or maybe not even 10 or 5?
Yeah, I'm wondering how far this can go. It's like 100%, and then it's for free at some point. I feel like it's a bigger topic than it seems like, because a lot of people are actually fighting around this,
especially in menswear.
Yeah.
Small brands that actually provide, just offer products that are in good quality price ratio.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't need to create Black Friday offers.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's more and more brands that refuse to play this game because they are giving a fair price all year long. And so what's the point of devaluating for this specific moment? It doesn't really make any sense. Even on a sustainable level, it just goes against every common sense.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I can also see some brands and some people are creating some fake dramas around this, and really, being some kind of putting themselves in the right position and starting judging everyone and starting to say, okay, then we are closing the whole shop and we're making a big deal about this, and we really don't want to participate in this. And I'm like, okay, well, I understand their point, but isn't it a bit too much? I don't know. Maybe you have your own idea about this.
I mean, one of my friends closed his store, online store on Black Friday.
Okay.
I at Scolare wrote an email that I'm not getting any offers. I'm not gonna have any offers because like I just offer those shirts in pretty fairly price.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they are not cheap, but they are not cheap to make. Those fabrics are not cheap because those shirts are made to order, limited. So it's not
it's a passion project. Also, you are making this because you want it to be good, not necessarily because you want to make money out of this.
Yeah, and I still I'm putting a lot of effort, my time, investing my time. I don't have any investors, so I can't offer those shirts in like
crazy deals.
In crazy deals. So like big brands, they can afford that. They cannot even afford to lose money on Black Friday.
Exactly, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think lots of brands are capable to bring this because it's on a bigger scale level, but also it's like those deals that are supposed to be extraordinary on this day, they are just getting closer to normal pricing because maybe sometimes they just boost a bit their pricing all year.
How would you feel if you paid like 3,000 crowns, for example, and on Black Fridays for just 1,000?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it was even yesterday. Like, how would you feel? Like this? So this is worth 1,000 or 3,000?
Yeah, exactly. It's very confusing, and you feel as a consumer you don't feel respected.
Okay, if it's for example some kind of, I don't know, ebook.
Yeah.
Then you just created it. So okay, you just want to earn maybe less money, sell more like volume.
Yeah.
But if it's something that you put a lot of time, for example, like is an artisan that created some leather bag.
Yeah.
No, they maybe just want to have some boost of cash flow right now.
Yeah.
But if you need to put a lot of time, effort, I don't think so. Like bespoke tailors, they are not having any Black Friday offers. Maybe on some accessories like gadgets or something.
Yeah, but no, on the artwork, and I think it's maybe also a cultural thing, because this aggressive marketing is maybe very American.
It is.
And,
In
there's-
USA, they have better
Yeah.
deals.
Exactly, but I see the point. I understand the logic behind. But on the other hand, when you start talking about things that are real value by themselves, that have heritage behind,
Speak by
that have-
themselves.
that
Themselves.
exactly, and there's like a craftsmanship behind, then you're talking about something that has soul and is sold for can be sold for cheap, you know. Those things are almost spiritual, you know. I don't know if it may be a big word to talk about this at this point, but yeah, I just feel that it's a matter of respect for the creators.
Some big fashion brands, they just have boosted prices,
Yeah,
just bloated, and those things are not worth it, because I see how it's made, for example, what fabrics were used. So okay, on Black Friday they can reduce the price, and maybe it's even still more expensive for what you get, but you just paid for the brand.
yeah, exactly.
But brands that actually have fair price to quality ratio, they don't need to do that. Okay, I bought something on Black Friday, but it wasn't like some special deal. Last year I bought a TV. Yeah, and it was crazy, because 50 inches were 5,000 cheaper than 52 inches TV. And the price of the TV was 10,000 crowns.
Okay.
So imagine like 2 inches paying for 2 inches, the most expensive 2 inches. But maybe they just made 50 and 52, and all the people just wanted to have the 52 in almost the same price, so they needed to just
But how can you feel satisfied at the end? Because you did this on thinking, okay, well, I'm getting a good deal. But in the end, you still had money taken out of your pocket that you didn't necessarily wanted to buy, to use, you know?
I needed to buy a TV then, I plan my expenses.
Yeah, but
and
it's
my
because you are
shopping.
thoughtful about it, you know? So you were thinking about it. But I feel like with this type of it's a bit it's a real sales point of view psychology. It's like how we will push you to buy
exactly.
whether you want it or not. And so I don't see how you can be genuinely satisfied in the end.
Yeah, it is, because they say, oh, you're gonna save so much money. Okay, but I'm gonna save even more if I just don't buy it.
exactly but that they cannot hear this.
Yeah, but I think it works mostly on women, because we men, I think we mostly just need time to buy something more expensive.
I
see, for example, because I'm working on Saturdays at Loke shoe store, and those shoes are not cheap. So sometimes guys, they are coming, going, thinking, but after a month or like maybe 2 weeks, they buy those shoes.
Yeah. So it's very soulful, you know. I agree with you. My experience at AW Bauer in this bespoke atelier showed me also that it's difficult to get someone to enter, to be part of what you are doing. But then when they are in, they stay, and it's very male.
Maybe they are a bit shy because they don't know how to.
There's that. Yes, they are shy, but I think it's also falls back on what you said in the first place. I think men, when they have their brand, they have the go-to, and they don't want to shift away from this. You know, they are just used to this because it's comforting for them, and they just don't want to think about it anymore. And if you take a man out of his routine, they're gonna be a bit confused.
You mean that, for example, if you, I don't know, it's not an ad, but if you own an iPhone, you don't want to switch to something else because it just works for you.
Exactly. Yeah, there's this phenomenon that you are just comfortable in your environment, and you don't want to change it because it adds stress to your life. And just dressing up adds stress if you have to change it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, going to a bespoke atelier, they have your measurements.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just enter. You have good contact with the salesperson or the tailor. I think it's the building also, the contact with the customer.
Yeah, because it's not only about clothes in the end. It's also about because clothes hide something else. It's there's an intimate link in between yourself and the clothing, so it's something that is very personal. So when you are good in a place, you want to stay there, and when you are good with the people, that have created this brand, or that are selling you this brand. You want to stay here because you feel comfortable here. You feel in a good place.
So that's a lot. That's why a lot of brands, for example, that had just suits, like formal suits, they go for casual.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they just want to keep the one customer and offer everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that we could say that in this matter, men are very faithful to what they like. They keep going. And women, they are completely different. They are way more creative. They are way more open to something new. So they will try something new.
But even female fashion, it's more like fast fashion.
Absolutely. Yeah. They are way more likely to use it. Men were a bit in this system, and it shifted not so long ago, actually, because good clothes became something big or bigger in the past, I don't know, 15 years maybe.
But even a lot of women come to Loke and they want to buy Loke shoes, but we don't have female shoes.
Interesting.
No. Because it's just good quality.
Yeah.
Because I checked, like women's shoes for example, €400. They are not worth the price.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
But I mean, we are gonna talk in this podcast about how to plan your wardrobe, how to make conscious shopping.
Yeah.
Because we need to plan everything. Because if you have a good wardrobe, if you have garments that work with each other, you don't need a lot of clothes to create a lot of outfits for different occasions.
And we fall back on what you were talking in the beginning, being this character guy that tends to dress up in the same way. But it's just because it also makes sense like this, because you want your clothes to be connected to one another.
To work with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can have, like, for example, suits that look the same, but they have a different fabric, different color, different tone, different structure. But they work together, they work with your body type. You just change some accessories, change some colors. You have 3 pairs or 2 pairs of shoes for each season, and it's enough.
Because you don't want to think about it. Also, sometimes you're just tired, you know. You don't want to think about what is going to be my next day outfit. I just want to go in front of my wardrobe, pick up some clothes, and right away they're going to work together.
Yeah, I have some safe outfits. For example, today. Just turtleneck, a navy, black, and that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I just want to try something else.
Yeah.
It's not working all the time. Yeah. I just looked at my girlfriend and like, okay, some outfits were bad, but I just needed to check them out because it's just trying, and you need to have balls to try out some outfits.
That's very nice that you still do this, because I must say that I'm staying in a comfort zone now, that I like to reuse things that worked. You have this thing that lots of time you go in front of your wardrobe, especially when you have a lot of choice, and you're like, I have nothing to wear. You have this feeling, although you have so many things to wear.
That.
And there's actually some technique that is very good to cancel a bit this feeling, is that you just take pictures of your outfit, especially when you like them. So you take pictures and you have like a library, and then you say, okay, but I know that this thing works, and I'm just gonna wear it.
I have it in my head.
Yeah, well, that's that's convenient.
But sometimes I just want to try something else, and it's not working all the time.
Yeah.
And so then I'm going back to. I mean, in the winter, like turtlenecks are just the way to go.
Yeah,
you don't need to think about ironing shirts to either take a tie or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just work all the time. But what do you think? Okay, the other thing that we're gonna talk about is something that we're gonna finish. Okay, so no brown in town.
Oh.
This archaic rule. What do you think about that? Because I'm against, and I think you too.
No, I'm completely for it. I have a church of menswear, and we all are wearing brown only outside town, and we crucify people that are wearing.
Yeah, but I think that the rule was created in maybe 19th century, because back in the days people were actually working on the fields in brown suits, and the suits were brown because they didn't want to have visible
Yeah, they didn't want it dirty.
yeah, dirt.
But it's, I mean, it's
Mud.
that's the thing. It's always like this. You have a rule that makes sense for a reason,
Yeah.
then it becomes archaic, and some people just want to keep this rule because it is archaic, and because it's they think it's refined, and it's very nice to keep and maintain archaic rules. But I think it's very silly.
Yeah, it's I mean okay, on when you have some kind of evening opportunity, you're
Yeah.
wearing black because it's just the
it's on
color that
point.
works
Yeah, exactly.
in a artificial light.
Yeah.
You can wear brown,
Yeah.
but not on formal events.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it has a bit of sense.
It's taste. It's
Mm?
just a matter of taste, you know. It's the difference in between having taste and having rules. And I think that people that, I mean, when I was younger and when I was learning menswear, I was really going by the rules because
everyone.
you need to learn. You know?
Just
You need to.
in Polish we call it that you just put a stick in your yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Talking about brown. No, but yeah, exactly. You just go by the rules because oftentimes also you get to know those things when you are young, and when you are young you want to
But
follow the rules.
also sticking to the rules is just easier.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know how to dress, just stick to the rules.
It's safe.
It will always look good.
Exactly.
All those colors, how to combine them. But if you wanna be, you wanna stick out from the crowd in a good taste,
Yeah.
then
exactly.
you learn the rules, but know how to break the rules.
Yeah, because I think that at the end of the day, why also are we dressing with those things? Yeah, we want to stick out, but our own way.
Mm?
We don't want to have people telling us how to dress. We don't want, and sometimes I think we forget about this. You know, we start dressing up again for people and not for us anymore. You know,
Mhm.
and then you don't really take pleasure in dressing up anymore. We're, let's face it, we're in a society where less and less you have to dress up. You know,
Exactly. That if you dress up, you do it because you want to,
it's
not
a choice.
because you need to.
Exactly. So if you start putting rules on something that is supposed to be pleasurable, which is dressing up, well, then you start destroying the exact reason why you were dressing up in the first place.
Then the police
Yeah, exactly.
will get you.
Exactly. So we are here to take pleasure in what we are wearing and to feel ourselves. So if we start to limitate ourselves with those things, then there's nothing fun about it anymore.
Exactly. And to finish this episode, I think I just want to share one Instagram account that the guy is actually he knows the rules, but he knows how to break them. And the guy is Loic, Bien Louis.
Bien lui en a pris.
Yeah, I will link in the description of this podcast because his nickname is in French. Yeah, so it's one of the guys that gives a lot of outfit ideas.
Yeah, and I would have also a suggestion. So I've been a bit obsessed by those guys that have a bit dark style and that have this very laid-back approach about it. And so this guy is coming from Asian brand, the Anthology, and his name is Robert Wang. And I don't know, they have this trend to put their Instagram name with a lot of numbers. So I don't know where this trend is coming from. If anyone knows, I would be very curious. Ask
What do you mean?
ChatGPT, and he couldn't tell me. So his actual name on Instagram is R86234. No idea why.
Okay.
It's very curious because.
But you can search by Robert Wang also.
Exactly. No,
Wow.
but this is a very curious brand. If anyone knows about it, I'm curious. ChatGPT couldn't tell me any.
Maybe
answer.
it's a postcode or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Some code. Nah. Okay. So, but your nickname, not maybe nickname, but name is easier. This guy, his name is Loic Funnel.
Funnel, yeah.
I
It's
think so.
I know this guy it's very nice because it's like those two accounts are really translating these ideas that we have been talking about the whole podcast,
Exactly.
and the same approach that we have on menswear, and it's a source of information, but also on ideas how to dress. That is phenomenal. So it's very good.
And my guy is also goofy.
Yeah, okay. You
Yeah.
know him?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually meet him in January.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he's
You would be surprised in menswear how much people are thinking actually like us.
yeah.
You know, very laid back,
Yeah.
very cool.
I hope so. And a lot of people in menswear are just friendly.
Yeah,
It's not like in fast fashion that everyone is just like, who is this? Oh,
yeah.
brother.
Exactly. I can tell my girlfriend is working in fashion, and she complains a lot about this aspect of things.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about it next time.
Yeah,
But yeah,
would be
okay.
nice.
So wrap up 35 minutes. There's hear, see, not see, but hear you, hear. Jeez. See you, hear you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.